It is Wednesday, October 21st, and we have a little Wisdom Wednesday here together, and it's going to be a little bit different than than we often do it here because, well, for a few reasons. The main reason is I've been traveling, and I knew I wouldn't have time to really put together a proper talk the way that I like to for you guys. And so, and also, I'm not going to sing this morning because I'm still not in the space where I think I'm going to be teaching, and I'm afraid it's going to be a little loud to sing here this morning, but we'll sing again next week. So instead, today, I'm just going to give a little short talk and a little update on what's going on with me. And then we're going to do a creative practice the way that we were doing a while back. Um, I have all of the prompts up for our theme of the month. And so I'm going to share those with you guys. The theme of the month is mission. What is your mission in this lifetime? What is your purpose? And this exploration brings up some really interesting questions. And so yeah, so this morning you're going to have an opportunity to look at those. And so maybe you have a notebook and a pen or some art supplies or your guitar, some other way of expressing creatively and working with these prompts. So that's the plan for today. Um, yeah. So first, starting with just a little simple update about about what I'm doing, and just FYI, I know we have some people here who don't normally come to the Wisdom Wednesdays, and normally we do a little song and I give a talk, and then people can ask questions, and so it's just a little different today. But um, so many of you know that on Monday morning I embarked on a big adventure, and I've been preparing for this for a while. It took a lot of work to shut down the cabins where I've been staying and square away everything and pack up all my stuff neatly in storage. Um, Pack the right things for what I'm doing here. I'm doing a 2 week quarantine and then a week stay in this community here in Virginia called Acorn Community Farm. And it's connected with 3 other communities that we'll be able to visit as well once we've done the quarantine in this community, since they're all taking good care, but forming a kind of bigger pod together. And so I'm in this little bunkhouse right now. That's really sweet. It's a cob house, sustainable architecture, and have access to the outdoor spaces and an outdoor kitchen here. And after 2 weeks, I'll be able to go into the other buildings where the other inhabitants of the community live. And so it took a lot of work to. I've never done anything quite like this. I've never been to this place. I didn't know what I should pack or expect. Um, I'm sure it'll change, but so far it's been like summer here. Maybe you hear the summer, but insects. Um, it was really warm in the high 70s here yesterday, and wasn't expecting to get a little extra summer as I drove south. But here we are, and it makes it a lot easier. I packed a lot of wintry stuff because I know that this cob house will get cold and we'll be outside a lot. We have an outdoor kitchen, outdoor shower, outdoor composting toilet, um, which is actually a little ways away. So we'll be outside a lot in the next few weeks, and we're well prepared for that. But for now, we're enjoying that it's warm and nice, meeting different people from the community as they kind of check in with us from 6 feet away outside. And already, I think just having my bunkmate, my travel mate, my dear friend with me, and um, after 8 months of really every single day, really just managing my life totally on my own, having a travel companion and having a community around and everyone else involved in their projects and kind of in a flow, it's helped me just in this short amount of time feel less stressed about work. And I think that so much of what has happened for me over these last 8 months is getting into this sense like I'm totally in charge, especially with those of you who've taken away your commutes and other structure from your day. And even if you live with family or something, being totally responsible for the structure of my day, all day, all week, all month, I'm realizing how exhausting it's been, and especially exhausting as I was doing my fourth move in 18 months, doing another really big move. And so something about just being around other people with their agendas and their flow and their purpose and mission, kind of living that, it's helped me kind of step out of this more almost egocentric place that I've been, and more uh, self-involved place. And so this whole week's meditations have been sort of inspired by that. What happens when we realize that the universe is flowing through us rather than us always trying to manufacture and create. Um, I encourage you to play with this theme throughout the week and month, and I'm going to continue to, for sure. Um, so so what I would like to do now is offer you guys up all of the prompts. Normally we talk about the prompts on Monday mornings with inquiry, but I have all of the prompts up for mission. And I'm just going to go over those. And anybody who wants to hang on the line, we're going to do 20 minutes of creative practice. Um, and meanwhile, really happy, of course, to answer any questions about my adventure. I'll be posting more about that. And then next week, we'll have a proper talk again. And my real hope is that after today's 20-minute creative practice, one or two of you will post on Nora Village, and I'll be able to look at that and comment on that, and we can get some of the livelier conversation started that way. All right. So I'm going to share my screen with you, and we will be hanging out on the coordinates course page, which I know not everybody has access to. Um, let me give you guys the link right now for that. And then I'll share my screen. Let's see. So this is where I am. And if you're following along and you need access to this and don't have access to the coordinates course, reach out to me and I'll make sure that you get what you need. So, sorry, here we go. Share the screen. So, mission inquiry. Most of you guys have done inquiry with me before, but I have it organized in 3 different rounds. Round 1 has the great bulk of the prompts, and this is really this kind of investigatory round. It's about discovery, and so you'll see there's a bunch of stuff here. Sorry, I just rolled through that really fast. The point of the whole inquiry is that by the end of the month, you'll be able to answer the questions in round 3. And so I'm going to show you those in a second as well. But round 1 is like before we try to articulate all of this, sincere wisdom, to know that we've actually done the work, and we've done the looking under the rocks, looking in the shadow spaces, investigating things with a really open mind and heart. And so I give you lots of prompts here for that. And so if you haven't started on your inquiry at all this month, start here. Just look through these, I recommend. And then I'm going to set a timer for us here, and just stay with that. And if you run out, you could pick a new prompt, or you could just try to dive in a little deeper. For those of you who have already done a little bit of this work before, either this month or previously with me, you could skip on to round 2. The explore round, you'll see, is much shorter, and it's all about exploring whatever was most poignant from session 1, from round 1. So you're just really exploring what brought up emotional charge, What for some reason just really like hit you over the head? This is relevant. What made you surprised or curious? And then here are the final coordinates. And this is all about articulating that mission statement. And you don't have to rush to get here, but it would be really cool um, if you could have something that became a kind of touchstone for you in your life. This is my purpose. And last week I shared mine, and I'll share mine one more time before I stop the video. But I have some, questions here to kind of get the juices flowing. And then if you can answer all of these little bullet points, you will not only have a mission statement or a statement of purpose in your life, you will also have a sense of how you're living out that purpose. And the reason that this is so important is that as long as as long as we don't feel in touch with our mission, we also can't feel really in touch with our inner compass. We can't be listening to that authentic voice, and that authentic, and we can't be following that authentic path. And that, in my experience, is the best way um, to live in peace and harmony with oneself and the world. And so, this is a really valuable exercise. I will take any questions that you have now. And yeah, anybody who wants to hang on and do this work with me this morning, please do. Anybody who is watching the recording, I'm going to stop the recording, but then you can just set a timer for 20 minutes. And anybody who's just moving on with their day, enjoy this extra half an hour from me not giving a longer talk or singing today. Um, and thank you. Thank you so much for being with me. And I'll close with just sharing once again. Thanks, love. Thanks for being here. I'll close once again just with sharing my mission. This has been a really important articulation for me that continues to hold me. I am an earth keeper. I am a truth seeker. I move from and to the heart. I am a space maker. I am a chain breaker. I walk in beauty made of light. Good luck finding a mission for yourself. That one for me feels like it hits the most important aspects of what I'm here to do. It feels poetic. It references some of my greatest teachers and and traditions. And so that's really personal for me. And I would love for you to have something that will be really unique and your own, but something similar that by the end of the month you can kind of carry around. And maybe you'll brush it up in a month or a year, but something that you could start with. And I'm just here to support you in discovering that for yourself. And when we all, each of us with our own mission, form together to create this village, right, and support each other, we really do create something very powerful. And so I'll be looking forward to seeing what you guys come up with this inquiry.